Hey everyone, and welcome to this Masterclass Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are going to unpack one of the most crucial, fundamentally game-changing topics in all of business, and that is management versus leadership. Whether you're running a massive Fortune 500 company, leading a school project, or honestly, just trying to figure out how to get a team to work together without pulling your hair out, mastering this dynamic is absolutely your key to success.
Okay, let's dive right in with a quick scenario. Imagine you're working on a group project. One teammate is constantly barking orders, finish your part before tomorrow, but another looks at the group and says, hey, I know we can create something amazing together. Let's divide the work based on everyone's strengths. I want you to honestly ask yourself, who would you rather work with? Who's going to get your absolute best effort? That simple example perfectly frames the massive gap between just directing a team and genuinely inspiring one.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the core difference. What is management? What is leadership? Management versus leadership head-to-head. Some real-world applications, and we'll wrap it all up with 3 steps to success. Let's get to it.
All right, Section 1, the core difference. Picture 2 people running the exact same company. One gives orders and tightly controls every single detail. The other empowers employees to think creatively and inspires them to really push boundaries. Now, both are technically in charge, right? But only one is building a team that people actually want to follow. Because while one relies purely on authority, the other relies on connection.
Which brings us to Section 2. What exactly is management?
By definition, management is the process of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling resources to achieve organizational goals. Fundamentally, it's about creating necessary structure. Think about all the moving parts in any business. You've got budgets being monitored, products being manufactured, deadlines coming up fast. Well, management is that critical machinery, making sure all that work actually gets done, efficiently and effectively.
And the person running that machinery? That's your manager. They are responsible for coordinating the work and hitting those business objectives. And I want to be super clear about this. Without a great manager, even the most brilliant, world-changing business idea can just quickly devolve into total disorganized chaos. They are literally the glue holding daily operations together.
Notice how a manager's daily focus breaks down. They're answering the really crucial ground-level questions, like, who's responsible for this task? What resources do we need to pull this off? How are we measuring our performance? They plan the work, they organize the resources, control the processes, and they solve operational problems as they pop up. Put simply, they keep the train on the tracks.
All right, moving on to Section 3, what is leadership?
Now, leadership is an entirely different ballgame. It's the ability to inspire, influence, and motivate people toward achieving a shared vision. A true leader doesn't just hand out a to-do list and walk away. A leader helps people understand exactly why their work truly matters. They connect the daily grind to a much larger, much more meaningful purpose. A leader is someone who inspires others to willingly follow and perform at their absolute best. Think about a football coach for a second. The manager of the team? They might create the travel schedule or, order the equipment. But the leader? The leader is the one in the locker room who makes the team actually believe they can win against all odds. Great leaders create confidence. So where do leaders actually spend their energy? Well, they focus on creating vision, inspiring people, building trust, encouraging creativity, and developing future leaders. They aren't just solving today's operational problems, they are actively building the capacity of their people to solve tomorrow's problems. Great leaders build deep, unwavering commitment, rather than just demanding basic compliance.
Section 4, management versus leadership. Let's stack them up.
Here is a fantastic comparison to keep in mind. Managers focus heavily on systems, processes, and efficiency. Leaders, on the other hand, focus on vision, people, and inspiration. But here is the absolute secret to business. The best organizations in the world do not choose one over the other. They aggressively demand both. A business desperately needs both highly efficient systems and highly motivated people.
If you're studying business, taking an AP class, or honestly just want a golden rule for your career, you've got to remember this tip. Management is about doing things right. Leadership is about doing the right things. It's a punchy, memorable way to separate the two. I mean, you can manage a process perfectly, but if your leadership hasn't pointed you in the right direction, you're just efficiently doing the exact wrong thing.
Section 5, Real-World Applications. Let's put this into practice.
Let's see how this actually plays out in a real scenario. Imagine 2 cafe owners. Owner A is the ultimate manager.
They create tight schedules, track every single coffee bean in inventory, obsessively check costs, and monitor attendance. Super efficient, right? But maybe a little sterile. Now, owner B is the ultimate leader. They constantly thank their employees, listen to feedback, celebrate achievements, and encourage totally new menu ideas. Highly motivated? Sure, but without owner A's skills, it might be a bit chaotic. The sweet spot, the cafe that ends up taking over the neighborhood, is the one that blends the organization of owner A with the inspiration of owner B.
And hey, this isn't just for small cafes. Look at massive global giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Google. They invest heavily in leadership development because they know for a fact it directly scales up innovation, improves teamwork, and guarantees long-term success. Imagine a school business competition where teammates are missing deadlines and losing motivation. A manager might just assign more work to fix the timeline, but a leader asks why the motivation is gone in the first place. Great leaders first understand the people. Great managers then organize the solution.
And finally, Section 6, 3 Steps to Success. Step 1, plan before acting. Channel your inner manager and ensure every single project begins with totally clear goals. Step 2, communicate clearly, listen actively, and really encourage teamwork. And Step 3, which is probably the most important, lead by example. People are far more likely to follow your everyday actions of honesty, responsibility, and respect than they are to follow empty words. So the crucial takeaway really comes down to this simple equation. Strong management plus strong leadership equals a successful, adaptable, and highly motivated organization. They are quite simply two sides of the exact same winning coin. You need the strong foundation to build the house and the inspiring vision to make it a home.
I want to leave you with this really profound thought to carry with you. People may forget what you said. They may even forget what you did, but they'll remember how you made them feel. True leadership is fundamentally about people, not just job titles or corner offices. Whether you're leading a classroom project, a sports team, or a future Fortune 500 company, the habits of respect and empowerment you build today are going to shape the leader you become tomorrow. So, I'd love to hear from you all on this. What do you think is actually more important when the pressure is on? A great manager or a great leader? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if this explainer helped you out, be sure to share it with your classmates, hit that like button, and subscribe for more insights where we simplify the business world. Thanks so much for joining me on this masterclass, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.